We are drunks versus the world. We may not be right, but we don't know what about. Versus the world. We don't fuck around. If we did, we found out we are drunks versus the world. We may not be right, but we don't know what about.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is July 21st, 2023, 7:35 p.m. Saturday. You know what that means.
It's not Friday.
Fuck! Damn it.
You were so close, buddy.
You had it. You were right there.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
But let's just see. That might have been a mistake. Tell us the directions.
Directions.
Which way is north right now?
Cardinal directions. The 4 cardinal directions. You got this.
Just so we know if it was a mistake.
East,
Yes.
north.
Yes.
Got it.
You know the rest.
Yeah.
But do you?
I do.
Like-
West,
Yep.
south.
What?
North.
What? You already said north, east, south, west.
That's what I said.
Remember, never ever suck wieners.
I'm better when I'm outside. When I'm indoors, that's when
The door's open.
I know.
I always just have to think of like a landmark that I know is
Yeah.
like north of me or something like, okay, that's over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I just know Canada, I would go that way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Well, I'm off to a hot start.
Well, you
I'm
were
Justin,
right
by
on
the way.
top of it.
that's Justin. My name's Lucas.
And I am Jason.
And we are
the drunks.
versus.
The world.
Yeah.
How about that?
How
How about
How about that?
Justin, how was your week?
Had to call in sick on Monday.
Why is
Because
that?
I was really sick, but I mean, I was not feeling well.
Still run down.
2-day hangover. You ever get those?
Oh, yeah. They're fun.
I don't think I've ever had
On the
a
second
day.
day, you might as well just start drinking again so, get it over with.
So yeah, that I had to catch up on work and just a lot of shame this week. I'm trying to get over.
I get it.
Yeah.
It happens.
How was your week?
Mine was about the same as always. We did kind of move forward on some of the stuff that I'm dealing with, and but overall not bad. I mean, it's every day on this side of the ground is always a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, you Pookie.
Pretty standard week. Work sucks,
Oh yeah,
And
you hate your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then-
Jump off a bridge?
no, so that's good.
true. There's positive things.
I'm
there.
afraid.
about that
I'm
this
afraid of
week.
heights. So
Yeah, you didn't have your mouth full of shotgun with your toe on the trigger, so
yeah.
that we
'Cause
know of. I mean,
Yeah.
well, I don't own a shotgun, so I couldn't do that if I
I wonder if
wanted to.
we should get one to see if you could do that. I mean, we don't load it. God,
You just mean if it's like long enough to?
if you could actually, put the shotgun in your mouth and then
Oh, I definitely
put
could.
your toe on the trigger to see. Hey, I could wipe myself out like fucking Kurt Cobain.
Yeah. It's good peace of mind to know that you can.
Yeah. The option is always there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
I
you're
mean, I'll take the shotgun home, but if you ever say, "Hey, can I borrow that?" I mean, I totally wouldn't. Well, I mean, I would. I just wouldn't give you any ammo.
I could get ammo.
Do you know what kind it would take? You know how to look it up?
I would just
Figure it out.
take the gun to my stepdad and be like, "Hey, is this a 10 gauge or 12 gauge or what?" Or 20 gauge?
It's a
or,
48 gauge.
What are you doing with a shotgun there, son?
Yeah, he would tell me. This actually, this reminds me. Last week, right? We got pretty fucked up.
Yeah,
you know.
It happens.
Yeah. I don't remember a lot because we did shots. We were trying to catch up to you, Justin.
Yeah.
And so I did more shots than I normally would, and that night, I texted my mom and I was like, "Hey, I know I don't say it enough, but I just want you to know I love you." You
Wow.
know, like
At what
because I'm
time?
not
Yeah.
like 11:30 or
That's not
something.
too bad, but
What happened? What happened?
midnight.
I just want to say, I am so like not emotionally detached, but like distant from everyone, like
Yeah.
friends, family, everything.
Well,
That
go ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead.
But like just me sending that text to my mom, she called me the next day and was like, "Hey, is everything okay?" Like, that's how out of the ordinary it is for me to do something like that. Like, well, I want to make sure everything's okay. Like,
why would you say that? Well,
the last couple of weeks that we recorded, we had gotten abnormally drunk.
Yeah.
And because the only reason why I say that is because at the end of the night, after we're done recording, we're just kind of relaxing, chilling out, shooting shit. But before you guys leave, well, Justin usually just stands up, all right, see you fuckers, and he's out.
I do not.
Most of the time. Anyway, me and Lucas were sitting there shooting shit, and he was like, all right, brother, I'll see you later. Love you, man. I was like, love you too, brother. And that's happened the last 2 weeks. It doesn't happen that often. The thing is because when bros don't have to say it, not like girls who are like, oh, girl, I love you. Oh, girl, it's so silly. I love you so much. Dudes are just like, what's up? Love you, man. Love you, bro.
Oh,
and it's few and far between.
Yeah, it's funny though because it's easier for me to say that to like friends than it is to
your
like
brother?
my mom and my dad and stepdad. And,
yeah.
My grandmother on my father's side never ever said she loved us until the day my dad died.
Yeah,
and it was just that's how they were back then. My dad never really said it either. And now that. Like when I talk to my mom on the phone, she calls me up or I call her, and after we're done talking, I'm like, love you too. And it's so normalized for me to like say it to my kids now. Mm-hmm. And I tell my wife many times a day, I love you, baby. Just
it's a powerful word.
It really is,
baby.
But like when I get done with talking with Emma on the phone, my youngest one, be like, all right, Shorty, I'll see you later. Love you, bye. Love you, bye. Say it to my sister, my nieces, my brother. It's a little bit more normalized now than it used to be.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'll always say, like, if I'm talking to my mom or my brothers or something, at the end, I'll always say, like, hey, love you. But, it's one of those things, like, sometimes it's normal for people to just reach out, send your parents a text or something. Yeah. And, like, I'm not that way. I can go months without talking to my family. Like,
see, I can't.
But
the difference between me and you, and even you, Justin, is that my family, my mother lives almost 400 miles away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Your guys' family, like Lucas, yours is like 45 miles away.
Yeah.
And Justin's is across the town.
5.
Yeah. So when last weekend when my sister was in town, it was a big deal because I don't see her as much. And Lucas, if I remember right, you don't see your brother that much.
No.
And Justin, you see your brother. He lives here, and I see my brother, but I only see my brother maybe once a month. But I talk to him at least once a week.
Mm.
My sister, not so much. I talk to her maybe once every 2, 3, maybe a month. My mom, 2, 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Just, I even I talk to my uncle.
Yeah.
I don't talk to my uncles and aunts.
Really?
Ever.
Or
my cousins.
Not after that big, like, pedophilia scandal.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
It's weird that it was your uncles and cousins involved in that. That was strange.
But you were the only one that was getting, like, raped.
Yeah, that's why I don't talk to him anymore.
Gangbang at Justin's house, and he's 37. It still happens.
Mm-hmm.
No, I get it. No,
he's 34.
34, yeah.
He's not 37. Okay.
Not an old man.
I said 30s, didn't I?
By the way, whose birthday is it this weekend?
My birthday is
You're going to be
Sunday.
how old?
I will be 48.
Damn.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
5-0.
No, I'm still
That's
you're
big
big.
I know,
4'8",
but it's
but-
coming.
But hey, so I'm putting this out there now. When I do turn 50, the plan is we're going to go to, most people on certain milestone birthdays, they want to go to Vegas. Shit. It's smarter if you think easier and closer. So let's go to Little Vegas here in South Dakota. We're going to go
Dakota
to
Magic?
No.
Oh, Deadwood.
Deadwood,
yeah.
South Dakota. That's what the plan is when I turn 50.
Or we can go to Tijuana.
Yeah, but chances are I'll say something stupid and I'll get, kidnapped and...
Bang a donkey.
Hey, that donkey was pretty hot.
No.
I mean, what? What? No.
I think when I turn 50, I'm going to scope out plots at the cemetery.
I thought you said you were going to do that last week.
Actually, I don't really care what happens to me after I die.
I thought you were going to get cremated.
Hey, buddy. So,
You can fucking chop me up and use me as chum for shark fishing. I don't care.
Really?
Yeah, I'm dead.
Justin.
I'm like...
Deal.
Well, I know you won't, because you're not going out on a ocean.
That's fine, but I could go out on a fucking pier.
It'd be so funny
True,
if we
yeah.
caught like 10 fucking fish.
Yeah, but they're all sharks, too.
Yeah.
Lucas would have been dead.
We had the best day fishing. Break the fucking Minnesota record for biggest whatever. It's all because of you, Lucas.
And then just think, if you... wow, no, it wouldn't work that way. I was going to say, if you then filleted those fish up, then you'd eat part of me, but no, they wouldn't have time to digest.
See, so here's what my plan is I'm going to get... I want to be burnt. What is it? Cremated. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be cremated and put into 2 different situations or whatever. So half I could be here with my wife and my kids and whatever. The other half of me could be in Williston with my mom and dad, my brother and sister. That's what my plan is.
I want to be in one of those mummy tombs.
Dude, we should try to mummify you.
Yeah,
That would be
that's what I want.
sick.
I have a question.
How does that even work?
I have a question here, and it's because I watched Big Bang Theory. What is the difference between a zombie and a mummy?
Well, typically mummies
Mummies
aren't...
don't eat people.
Yeah, they're not like
They
ambulatory,
do,
and
but-
they don't...
So, the way I watched the fucking arguments a few times on that show. Like, they said, well, one thing is that mummies are wrapped in bandages, and Raj goes, that's a fashion statement. No. So, zombies are literally, like, the reason why they're alive doing their thing, it's a virus controlling their brain. Mm-hmm. Their body is dead. The only thing is literally keeping them alive is their basic function to feed on basically anything. And so then with a mummy is like, if they were like, what you see in the movies and shit, they were magical. There was dark magic involved with keeping a mummy alive.
Yeah, I always viewed, like, in a mummy in that circumstance is more mystical in nature than... Well, I was thinking, like, real-world mummies where they're just dead bodies. That's what I thought you meant when you asked it. I was no, zombies eat brains, and mummies are just dead.
They eat anything.
And they're dead.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're both dead.
True.
Technically.
I just wasn't bringing the mystical aspect into it.
Well, I mean, but see, that's where the whole thing... So we've all seen The Walking Dead.
I've seen
bits and pieces of it anyway, or some old school zombie movies, and then we've all seen like the mummy movies from back in the day, and they're all wrapped in fucking bandages. But then you had the Brendan Fraser. Mm-hmm. I love those movies.
That was prime Brendan Fraser time.
And when they try to fucking reboot it with Tom Cruise.
Wait, what?
Bombed, yeah.
I didn't even know that they did that.
They did a new version. It was like I said, a reboot with Tom Cruise. It is fucking garbage.
I'm sure.
And so they actually said that there's a good chance that there's going to be a reboot of that with Brendan Fraser and whatever her name was.
Fraser's making a comeback.
Well, he won an Emmy.
I have to watch that movie.
I do too.
It looks really good. Yeah,
I saw it.
Is it
it's
good?
Pretty good. Yeah. There's some dumb parts, but it's worth watching.
I mean, he won. Like I said, he won a fucking. Was it an Emmy or whatever?
He won an Oscar. He was best actor, I think.
Yeah.
He was best actor for that.
And he really didn't. Like, back today, apparently he didn't really give a shit about any of that stuff. So, because they wrote him off after some, and he's been in some fucking iconic movies like what was it? Was it not Dead Poet Society? No.
Bedazzled?
That was a great fucking movie.
Encino Man.
Encino Man, great.
You ever
movie.
seen the-
They were supposedly redoing another one of that
Yeah.
too.
Blast from the Past.
Blast from now. I love that movie.
Airheads.
Airheads.
Best movie he's ever done, I would say, because I love that genre of music.
I'm partial to Encino Man.
But the funny thing is, how do you pluralize a singular character? The Lone Rangers, and they made a big deal about how you pluralize a singular person. It's just a band name. Steve Buscemi was in that, and so was Adam Sandler.
That was a good movie.
It was a great movie. I do love Encino Man too, though.
I need to get back to Tom Cruise for a second.
Here we go.
Because there's now another reason for you to hate him.
Good.
And this goes to, since we're talking movies, the whole writer's strike, writers, actors strike that's going on.
Yep.
So one of the big things...
No, go ahead. I'm listening.
One of the big things in the writer's strike negotiations is about the AI. It's about how is AI going to play into things.
Right.
And the executives came up with this, I forget, I think they called it like an unprecedented offer for AI and stuff. And what it actually is they're offering, I think it's mostly for background actors, but
Extras.
it could, but it could, I think it extends, I don't know, maybe too far. Well, I'd have to see. Anyway, so I'm babbling, but what they offered them was that they would pay these actors for one day's work to scan their likeness and stuff, and so that they could use it for AI, and they retain the rights to the likeness to do anything that they want with it in perpetuity forever.
No.
Yep. And they're like, this is an unprecedented offer.
No.
Yeah, it's unprecedentedly bad.
Yeah.
You know who did that first? Was one of the first people to do that shit? Was fucking George Lucas. He owned the likeness rights of Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, and Mark Hamill. So anything that I'm sure they got paid so much, but then if you look at like some of the old school, like the comic books and the novels, the books that and look at the covers that have anything to do with either one of those three, they all have like their likeness. And there was this joke that fucking Carrie Fisher did, like right a little bit before she died. She goes, "Fuck! Every time I look in a mirror, I owe George Lucas like 50 cents or something."
Yeah.
And so it's been that shit is out there, and it's
and with what they can do with AI now, where they can, you get a voice and a scan of someone, you can generate anything you fucking want. Deep fakes, it's crazy.
Look at Dwayne Johnson.
Did Tom Cruise like this or what?
Yeah, so I was gonna loop back around to Tom Cruise. So before the actors went on strike, Tom Cruise
The writers.
and the actors are on strike now too.
Right now, yeah.
SAG.
Okay, yep.
Tom Cruise made his own deal with Hollywood for AI rights. So like he just was like, I'll do my own thing, and I think it's it's scummy. Yeah, like
yeah, it is. That's just the kind of guy he is.
Any actor, though, I mean, if they're worth their salt, they could do the same thing. But
I mean, they could, but
look at The Rock.
It's the principle of
it is. That's because it's not so much about the big actors, the A-listers and B-listers, even like C-listers. It's about the guys that are extras. They make their living by being extras and shit, just scraping by,
making $500 just to sit on a fucking chair in a corner.
And they want them to say, "We'll pay you one more day's work, and then you're done. We don't ever need you again."
Right.
Yeah.
Like that's just
because. So look at The Rock. I know that for the longest time he was having to pay WWE for his likeness rights because a lot of those guys, like when there's those wrestling video games come out, all that type of shit, they have to go in and they, Vince might give them so much, but it's not a lot.
Yeah.
So I know The Rock, like a lot of times in the first few movies he was in, you'll see WWF in the credits, and it's because they do own like the rights to fucking. Right. And I think there's only maybe a few wrestlers who were like, "Fuck you, you're not owning my rights."
Yeah.
It's just like Daniel Bryan. He's not Daniel Bryan in AEW anymore. I don't know what the name is. Or fucking Dean Ambrose is not Dean Ambrose.
Well, look at Paige. Mm-hmm. She's Saraya.
Yeah.
Something like that, and she can't go into. She was wrestling AEW or whatever for a while, and she couldn't use the name Paige.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so dumb. The way that these laws are, it protects the corporation more than the individual. I think it should be the other way around.
See fucking Disney Bob Iger?
Yeah. That was the next thing I wanted to talk about.
He's out of his fucking mind. Out of touch.
Yep. He said that the strike, that what they're asking for more money and stuff, it's just disappointing to him.
Yes, I seen that. I'm like, what the
He makes
fuck?
bajillions of dollars a year.
200 times more than the...
Yeah. And a lot of people think, oh my God, actors make millions of dollars. They just want more. This is not about the actors. Mm-hmm. Or it's about some of the actors, the ones, like I said, the extras and, bit players and stuff. But it's about the writers. These guys, the average Hollywood writer who writes fucking episodes of TV shows that are on prime time makes $60,000 or $69,000 a year, I think was the number.
Average, yeah.
In fucking LA.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it's so disappointing that they want more. And the crazy thing is, what they're asking for, it comes out to about $75 million a year, which is this is specifically for like the Disney numbers.
Yeah, I read those parts.
Which is 0.01% of the revenue that Disney makes, and it's like 1.5% of their profits.
Yeah. Yep.
And Disney is like, that's not acceptable.
But now they got somebody that took over. Somebody just took over Kennedy's spot as the like she was in charge of Star Wars. Okay. They got all these different heads in charge of, like, these people in charge of, like, Marvel and Star Wars and this and blah, 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 okay? But you sit there and you listen and, okay, this person, say, like that Marsha Kennedy, I think she was making, like, $25-30 million a year, okay? And then after so many of these, like, Star Wars movies and these Star Wars fucking this and that, whatever, they're like, oh, we didn't make a profit. Wait a minute. You bought the company from George Lucas for $4.6 billion or 4.3, and after the first three fucking shitty movies you made, each the three movies alone made like 3.9. Okay, mm-hmm. And then you have The Mandalorian, which won like fucking so many fucking Emmys this year. Or they won a lot. Whatever it is for TV. And then they got fucking, all these different things. Telling me that they didn't fucking make any money.
The merchandise too.
Yeah, merchandising. They made all this fucking money. Mm-hmm. And they're gonna sit there and turn around and say, "Fuck you. We're not profitable. You're a fucking liar."
Yeah. It's so dumb.
I blame the Jews.
Those goddamn Hollywood Jews.
I'm just saying.
No, this is a perfect example of what I hate about capitalism. I'm not going to get too political or anything, but
I get it.
It's that, like, from the executive's point of view, they're trying to look out for the shareholders. They're trying to save every penny they can. Fuck the shareholders. They don't do anything for the company.
Well,
it maintains stock price.
But they paid so much.
Finance it
Right.
in some
But-
sense, but
Yeah, but it's just
yeah.
like
No, I get it.
you shouldn't be able to be a publicly traded company unless you can pay your employees high enough wages that they don't have to go on government benefits
No.
and shit.
So here's my problem with the what we're kind of going with is, okay, so Walt Disney himself created that, made all this fucking money, and then he died, then he handed it off.
He was also a notorious anti-Semite.
Yeah, he
hated Jews.
Hated them.
Hated them.
But then, you know, slowly down the road, different CEO. And they hired this person. Okay, look at Andy Jassy, who's the new CEO, not new, but the CEO of Amazon now that fucking, what's his name, stepped down. But you talk about all this shit and you hear about how these fucking, they're not making enough fucking money to live. And then you see, like, and you're gonna like what I hear, Luke, what I'm saying, Lucas, because me and you've argued about this. But when the guy didn't create it, he was just kind of there and he was hired to do the job. The guy makes like fucking $80 million a year. Yeah. And that's a drop in the bucket to Amazon. But yet, like, the employees that are fucking busting their asses, like me and all the pickers and all these people that are making $16-17 an hour, I get it, and I can't complain too much about Amazon, but what I'm saying is that they cut the fat at the top to give some more to the bottom.
No.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can't really bitch too much about, like, at certain CEOs that maybe are still in charge of their own businesses. You can't.
Right.
I mean, they're the ones who started
in Disney
it.
situation, though.
Right.
Like,
right.
It's ridiculous.
But
I don't see an end to this strike either. Not anytime soon.
No.
Like, this is gonna prolong for a long time.
Do writers, do the screenwriters, script writers, any of them, do they have agents? You would think they should.
I think they do.
So maybe that's one of the biggest problems. Maybe the
agents are a fucking problem.
Right,
anything that's just a middleman.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're a middle, well, look at. Have you ever seen that show that was on HBO, Entourage?
Yep.
Love it.
Ari Gold.
Well, and he would make sure that his fucking homies, the big players, got paid big money. But then there was an episode where they were talking about the screenwriter who won, and he goes, "Why the fuck are you talking to me about a screenwriter? I don't give a shit about them. You don't get, whatever." He didn't. So when you see that, maybe it could be an agent situation where you're like, okay, well, this guy just wrote a fucking TV show that is number one. It's bringing in fucking 10 million episodes or 10 million watchers a week. And you guys are only going to give them fucking, less than $5,000 a month?
Yeah, that's why the agent doesn't give a shit about the writers, because there's no money in it.
But that's what I'm saying. Maybe the agent should be like, listen, you want him to keep writing this type of shit? And then you got the company who's like, well, you can't tell me that next year though that's what's going to happen next year, that we'll still be making that many we'll still get that many watchers and all this shit. Then you turn around and look at it and say, well, you also don't know that fucking actor you just paid $25 million for a fucking movie is worth that.
Yeah.
It's just greed from top down.
That's any of us. We could go in and do Bob Iger's job right now, and I sincerely mean that. Maybe not at.
Yeah,
he's got contacts. Take away the who shit in the business, and just replace we do not provide the value that the actors do and the writers do. We're just the guy trying to save them as much money as we can.
They're just businessmen.
So what about this? Now, so you talk about the Bob Iger, right?
Yeah, the Disney guy.
Disney homie. They bring us three in for the same amount that they're paying him, but we split it 3 ways.
Exactly. You know what?
Man.
We'll do it for half.
Yeah, and still split it 3 ways.
And still split it 3 ways.
And then we would still be able to fucking, like, do just as well as he did. I mean, that's the thing.
The shareholders wouldn't like us. The shareholders like Iger.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, that Marcia Kennedy that was in charge of Star Wars, I could not fucking believe what she fucking said was... So, the Marvel, like, the, whatever, the Avengers and all that shit was doing fantastic because they had stuff that they can go off of to make, these movies. They had material. That fucking bitch turned around and said, well, we don't have the same thing with Star Wars.
There's so many books. There's a million.
Oh my God.
Like authorized books.
Right.
Yeah, they can do it.
But see, that's where they fucked up. They called it the Legends instead of the actual expanded universe. That's why this fucking bullshit with Rey and Finn and Poe and all these idiots. If they would have just went to the... Now, apparently, they're going to be doing... They're doing that new Ahsoka, which is a part of the extended, but now they're doing what they did with the Marvel universes, their timelines. They're going to be in universes, and it's... She was fucking stupid. I tell you what, if they would have turned around and said, all right, Drunks versus the world, all right, Drunks, here's the deal. We're going to give you just as much, or we're going to give you half as much as we were paying her for 3 of you. But I need you guys to, we need one for creative, one for business, and one for publicity. Okay? I would kick you both of you in the balls if you didn't let me be in charge of creative. Because I know what's out there. I mean, so you guys have to figure out who's going to do whatever, but I'm telling you.
What were the other two? Business and...
The business and publicity.
Pleasure? I'd do the pleasure.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, so you want to be Ray Skywalker? Guess what?
I don't know whose problem it is, though, in Hollywood, whether it's the writers or the Bob Igers of the world.
No, it's the executive.
There's a creative problem.
There's... I mean, there might be...
remakes.
The remakes are... It's over the top. But honestly, that comes down to the executives because it's easy. They already have a script that you don't have to pay someone for a fully new script. You just have to pay them for a modified script.
I want Batman. I want Superman.
So I do know that there's times like so they could buy your script, right? So there's 2 different prices. Like we're going to pay you, say, $50,000 for your script. But if it actually gets made into a movie, we're going to pay you like another $150,000 or even more. I know that that's a thing. The other thing is, now look at what's going on in the music industry. It's kind of the same thing. But the difference is the invention of the MP3, where what's his name and Napster disrupted everything. So now you don't have the huge record industry who's out there telling you what you're going to listen to, because nowadays if you go on YouTube.
Yeah, you can find
it. And Spotify, you can find other lesser known bands because they weren't jammed down your throat like fucking, say, Metallica. You put on fucking Q105 here in Fargo and you'll hear Metallica fucking 20 times in like 10 hours. So there's all that. I don't mean to cut you off, but it's kind of the same thing. The difference now is a lot of the shit is actually in the hands of the artist.
It is. I think it's fucked up that the Beatles lost the rights to all their songs. Michael Jackson bought the rights.
Yeah, but what's his name?
Died.
Once Paul McCartney bought him back.
He did, but just in principle that he lost them in the first place to somebody.
Yeah, I do think
he paid like $500 million, didn't he?
Michael Jackson, or
yeah.
I don't know. That was a long time ago, but it was a lot. But
I think a band and the songwriters should own like 80% or something of the song.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Whoever published it originally, okay, give them a cut.
Right.
Give them that 20% or something. Like, but artists get their deals with Spotify and shit. They get it's like a 10,000th of a penny per play or something, or a millionth. It's something so ridiculous.
Yeah, the guy's like a multi-billionaire that owns it. But then he's like, well, look at how many people I have to pay. Okay. Pay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Buy their master.
And cut you and the top executives' pay in half. You'll still never have to worry about money for the rest of your life.
So if
generations of just money.
There was somebody that just sold, I think it was Nelly, just sold like 50% of his catalog to Spotify for like $100 million.
See, that's a decent deal for him to like.
Right. Now, the thing was like back in up until basically again Napster era, if you didn't own your masters of your song, it didn't really fucking matter because the record companies would do whatever they wanted with them. And there was only a few bands that actually owned their masters. And if I remember right, one was Kiss. I know one was Motley Crue. I believe Metallica, and this is the rock industry, obviously. Mm-hmm. But then I believe the Beatles did, and there was a very, very, very small percentage of bands who actually own their masters, and so they do whatever the fuck they want with it. So apparently, like 2 years ago, the Motley Crue sold their catalog to Spotify, but that's fine because then a lot of they still make money off of like shit that's on YouTube or whatever. They didn't sell the rights; they just sold the catalog. And so, like again, we were just talking about the Beatles. Fucking what's his name bought them back. Nelly sold half of his for like $100 million. Yeah. When you're the creator of said music, you should have never. If you got signed by a record company and they wanted to do this, and this, okay, cool. But let's back it up a little bit. Let's fucking say, okay, you want us to go on tour? Okay, then but a lot of times the artists had to pay for it, and it came out of the money that they were making. But you want to fucking say that, oh, you're getting all the money and you're only giving us, say, 10 cents per dollar?
Yeah, it's like we're getting like...
Fuck you.
Yeah, we're getting like $1 per CD that you guys sell, and you want us... You're getting 9 out of the $10, and you want us to fund our tour?
Yeah, because look what happened with Lady Gaga. She wanted to go on world tour, and a record company says, well, that's not feasible. We can't afford that. She at the time was worth like fucking $300 million, so she funded her world tour on her own, and because she was broke. Apparently, they told her when she started doing it, but after it was all over and done with, she like doubled her net worth, and then the record company was pissed off. Well, you owe us the fuck you. I don't owe you shit. Mm-hmm. If it was $300 million that it took for me to tour the world and play my music and do this, that, and you wanted some of it, then you should have paid for some of it.
Yeah, it's just industries like that are just so exploitative where nothing that you ever create should ever be like the sole property of an employer.
Yeah.
Like that's just...
It's not right.
Right.
So I hope that doesn't happen to us in Drunks versus the World.
When Justin decided to put out his porn video.
Yeah, I created that.
He created it, it was he was doing the ass blast thing. He wasn't getting ass blasted. And when that thing makes tens of dollars, he should get at least 5 of it.
At least.
I agree with that.
That just reminds me, during the Super Bowl years ago, when Katy Perry was doing the halftime show.
Oh, and
her and the NFL, Goodell, were negotiating who gets paid. Goodell was like, no, this is free advertising. You should pay us $20 million.
What the
He's like, no.
That's just so gross.
Advertising.
That's so gross.
Our money.
They're like the fucking influencers of the corporate world. Like, hey, I have 1 million followers on Instagram. If you give me something for free,
Yeah.
I'll promote you.
It didn't work out. They did pay Katie, but
Well, they should. Regrettably, not regrettably, preferably so. They should have. She's, I'm not. This is one thing. She's got some good songs. I love her songs. Most people listen to her or watch her videos because of her body. She's
Yeah.
hot.
she's fucking hot.
She's smoking.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. But to sit there and fucking pull that type of shit, because I look at what they did when they had Eminem, Dr. Dre, all those. What was it, last year or the year? Last year, no, the year before.
Yeah, 2 years ago they did.
When they had all them do it, and they were trying not to pay all them, and they're like, "Fuck you." I mean, the NFL makes like $100 million off just the commercials before they even fucking cover the other shit.
Yeah.
So to pay these guys that played for, say, 15, 20 minutes, give them each $1 million. What's the problem here?
It's so disgusting to me that they're like, I'm more powerful than you, so
Fuck you.
I'm doing you a favor here.
Roger Goodell's a piece of shit.
He is.
He is, yeah.
He's made the
Fuck
NFL.
Roger Goodell.
It's so corporate now, the NFL.
You know what? I really hope, and it's not because I'm a Raiders fan, but I really hope that fucking Gruden takes down the NFL.
That's right.
As in, and I'm not saying NFL in general. I'm talking about Goodell.
Yeah.
Because look at now, Dan Snyder sold the fucking chief or the Commanders earlier this week, and there's a whistleblower apparently stating that the email was John right with what he wrote in the email about certain. No, he was not. But was it private communication between certain people? Yes, it was. I mean, there's times where we're not recording, and me and you and Justin may say something that is way off the fucking wall. But that's between us. Now, should he have put it down on a fucking email? No. He shouldn't have.
Just so you know, every time that one of us does say something off the wall, I do leak it to the press.
To the AP.
Yeah.
God
so if it ever comes out, you know who's leaking it. It's me.
Whistleblower.
Yep.
Fucking Edward
The fucking weekly news, whatever.
Yeah,
what's
Weekly
that?
World News. I go straight to them.
God damn it.
I'm like, can you get Bat Boy over here?
Yeah,
'Cause
Bat Boy and Bigfoot are going to be pissed off about this.
I got a story for them.
But I mean, you see what I'm going with. I mean, yeah, he was wrong. He shouldn't have said it.
There's proper ways to do things,
Right,
though.
but like there's a whistleblower out there stating that it was Dan Snyder and a couple other owners and Roger Goodell all involved with taking him out. They have, let's put it this way, and this is my conspiracy theory. If Roger Goodell could get rid of the Raiders, he would.
Well, it'd be bad for business if he did. So
Yeah,
can't.
that's why he
That's
can't.
why.
You know how much Al Davis paid for the Raiders? Back in the fucking...
No,
I think
Probably
it was
like $7 million
No.
or something stupid.
180-some thousand.
Yeah, they're worth like
There was
$10 billion now.
there was a some kind of, I have to look into it, but he somehow swindled him for what he got.
Mm-hmm.
But he was a head coach and a player before that. But I mean, that's beyond the point. I'm just saying is that
Another big money issue with the NFL is these running backs not getting paid.
Yeah.
Because they're so easy to find and they're already underpaid.
Yeah.
And it's an injury-prone position.
Honestly, I don't know what the answer is or what to do. I feel bad for him, but
look at what happened with look at fucking Zeke. He wanted $100 million. He waited 2 years before he got his $100 million.
He wasn't
But that
worth
was- No, he wasn't.
Like his first 2 years were amazing, and then he just once they couldn't maintain the incredible offensive line that they had, because when they drafted him, DeMarco Murray was the best running back in the league at the time, because of the offensive line. So of course he came in and did well.
Josh Jacobs last year and his first year were the only years where he played the whole year. The second and third year, he didn't.
they're all bound to get hurt if you play long enough.
Right. So
they might need to. I mean, it'll never happen, but
Like a minimum.
they should introduce caps on positions, like because quarterbacks dominate. They get the bulk of the salary.
I don't. But
I mean, They get like 30% of the fucking team salary every year.
You're right, but I don't think, I honestly believe that they should get, okay, I'll take that back. What I mean is, yes, they should get the fucking lion's share of the team's cap, but I don't think any quarterback's worth fucking 45 to 50 million a year.
Mahomes is.
No.
He is.
It depends on the overall
I mean,
salary cap.
You don't have Mahomes, you're not winning any Super Bowls.
But that's the thing, is that you don't know that. Because look at now with what's his name at the Rams. He's
Stafford.
Stafford. He straight up told they wanted to renegotiate, so and he said no.
Yeah.
Because they paid him big bucks.
Won him a Super Bowl.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Running backs don't win Super Bowls anymore.
Well, and so half of the problem is the way that the league has implemented rules
I know.
to protect quarterbacks. Why don't they do that for running backs?
Yeah,
Well, that's a little different because
I don't think it is. Like, you should.
It watered down the game and more penalties and all
Well,
that.
and
Right.
that's why quarterbacks get
Right.
paid so much more than other position players.
Well,
do.
yeah, but the thing is, nowadays, if you sneeze in the wrong direction of a quarterback, you get a flag.
They're overprotected.
But if you don't what about that? What about that fucking running back that is going straight up your fucking line? He's at full force after 5 yards, and you plow that fucker. Where's the protection for him? Okay? Now, what I'm saying is that it's not going to water down the game, because as far as I'm concerned, Mahomes couldn't play in the 80s and 90s. He would have got fucking killed. He would have gotten hurt.
He still would have won.
No.
I think he could have played. I mean, he could have played.
He fucking would have gotten hit. The way that they were allowed to hit back then compared to now, no, he couldn't have handled. He could have hung. The only one quarterback that I believe that could have fucking taken it back then was fucking Michael Vick and Ben Roethlisberger.
I thought you were going to say
Brett
Derek
Favre,
Carr.
too. I mean, they weren't as big back then either. So
What do you mean they weren't as with the quarterbacks?
No, the linemen that are hitting them.
They weren't. But they were more muscular. It was more.
Yeah.
Right, but they were also
Beefier,
But a quarterback back then, you didn't have to worry if you didn't put your whole body's weight on them. I'm sorry, you can't change physics.
Yeah, those are the
terrible.
kind of rules that are ruining it for running backs and shit. Like, then why can you fucking just destroy a running back?
Yeah.
Right.
Or if you ever
a wide receiver.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you ever, even if they run some trick play or something, and the quarterback runs out and catches a little outside pass or something, if it was thrown up and in the same way if a quarterback did it, where the quarterback has to go up he got to jump to make the catch.
Yeah.
If he gets hit at all,
Penalty.
that are going to call a penalty. Where, sorry, fucking, the guy throwing it hung you out to dry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should be aware of where the defenders are, and if you want to go for that ball.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, gentlemen, we got that out of our system.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we go ahead and get something else out of our system? Because I got to pee here in a minute.
Same.
And we'll be back.
I gotta vomit.
Hey folks, we're the Drunks versus the world.
The naysayers say that our feel and vibe is not conducive to a business partnership.
Cunts, once and runs.
And so I ask, what the fuck is? Have I seen you before?
Maybe in a previous life.
Did you steal my Jello?
No.
You left it at the old folks' home.
At the old folks during that gangbang?
During the gangbang.
Oh yeah, the gangbang. Yeah.
Never be the pivot man at a fucking old folks home gangbang.
We played pool. We lost, I think, and then she stole some person's coat from the bar.
Oh, wow.
And then I decided to go with her to Walmart of all places, and she starts fucking taking clothes and stealing them and putting them in her purse and ripping off the fucking tags.
Is that where your life went wrong? You started hanging with
I
a
think
bad
maybe
element?
Probably before that.
No. I suppose she'd still bitch at her boyfriend. The robot gets all the fun parts of the relationship.
Oh, but fuck that, dude.
Go to our website, drunksversustheworld.com. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can listen to us on Spotify, Anchor, Amazon, iTunes, and Good Pods, and wherever else you listen to podcasts.
Dude, that was kind of sick. We should actually start
that
the
was
fucking
pretty
podcast.
awesome.
Oh,
Fuck yeah, let's do that.
That was
man.
fucking totally unprompted. We just winged that shit.
Right?
We gotta do it.
Absolutely.
We gotta do it. Let's start this shit. And say hi to your moms for me. Oh, that was a really good joke you just told Jason. Oh my god. That was fucking hilarious.
Well, it wasn't. I didn't tell him when I was going pee, and he looked at my dick.
That's what was so
That
funny.
was,
Yeah, I
that
thought-
was the joke.
Okay. I thought that was what you were going for.
What? This is horse shit. Now I'm gonna grab my
Oh,
mic. Now I'm gonna grab my mic because you guys fucked with me.
No, that's on you.
This is horse shit.
We all make mistakes.
Yeah, we do. So, I really don't want to talk about what happened in Fargo. We talked about it last week.
Yeah.
We don't, because,
It's
prayers to that cop. I'm glad the piece of shit is dead.
Yep.
Well, not the cop.
Oh no, not him. Oh, I thought you meant the cop.
No! No!
Both cops, actually.
No, no.
Yeah, it was two. Two cops got killed.
One.
Was it just one?
The other's in critical condition.
The other two are in critical condition.
Yeah.
Okay, they're. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had it backwards. I thought two were killed and one was in. critical
I was telling you,
condition.
that's the craziest thing to happen in Fargo, I think, ever.
Yeah.
Especially after you saw like the
What
fucking
could I-
ammo,
Oh, my
the
dick.
ammo that he
You
had.
see my dick. That was, I think it was funny.
But yeah, let's skip past that. You can look it up if you want to see the story.
Yeah, you could find it somewhere else. So, gentlemen, death match. Okay, are you ready? Now, Lucas is probably already going to have this one figured out.
Yep, I already do.
Okay, Betty White, when she was like 30, or Estelle Getty when she was 30, but they were both in the Golden Girls universe. Did you gotta remember?
Oh, Estelle.
Think so?
It's close because Betty White Rose on
Worked on a
Golden
farm.
Girls. Yep, worked on a farm, so she's got that farm girl strength.
Right.
But Estelle Getty, Sophia, she's a
Sicily.
she's a Sicilian.
From the, back in the day.
I'm Googling right now. I didn't
So
know that
you,
was.
just picture it. Sicily. 1912. You know, I think so. I wonder if she was maybe. She might have been part of the mafia.
Yeah,
This
that's
is a funny picture of her with a gun.
yeah, that's from
Oh,
Stop or My Mom Will Shoot with
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, bro.
but Sylvester
that's
Stallone
what
wasn't a
that's-
stopper. My mom will
Yeah,
shoot. Oh,
he was the main. He was the cop. And
I'm
then,
thinking of stopper or what is it? I'll throw your mama. Throw mama.
oh,
from a
throw
train.
Mama from the train.
Yeah. That woman. How did that fucking woman ever be a fucking actress? What was her name?
I don't know her name, but
She was in Goonies. She
yep,
was in
Goonies.
that.
Throw Mama from. That's one of my mom's favorite movies. Like
Really?
Yeah. This lady, for what she like had, you know what? She made the most of it.
Right. What's Steve Carell's name from The Office?
Michael Scott.
Okay.
Damn,
What was
that was quick?
what's his name from News Radio?
Joe Rogan.
No, not
So
Joe.
there's Joe Rogan. There's the
Phil Hartman.
But yeah, what was his
Phil
name?
Hartman on News Radio.
Yeah. I want to
Bill. It was Bill.
see death match between those two.
I've never seen News Radio.
News Radio is
Was
one of the
great.
greatest.
It
Was he like a dumb, like Michael
No.
Scott?
No, he
No.
was a cocky on air fucking. He was like what's his name? Will Ferrell during fucking when he was that news anchorman.
Yeah, he thought he was like God's gift to radio.
And women and yeah.
So it's him versus who?
Him versus Steve Carell from The
Hartman.
Office.
Hartman would take
Think so?
that, yeah.
Because
he really didn't have a conscience. He was kind of a fucking piece of shit too on the show.
I got one. Here, this one
Carol
is
was
gonna
just
be.
a buffoon.
How about Yogi the Bear versus Winnie the Pooh?
Yogi the Bear, he's twice
Yogi.
the size.
And Winnie,
I don't know, but you got to think Winnie was always fucking with the bees and shit, so he's used to getting fucked with in the face.
true, but most of the time he had his head stuck in a jar of honey.
Yeah, he was
so,
clumsy. He's too. He doesn't have that fire.
Yeah, but look at those assholes he had to do with Eeyore. That fucking. All fucking Yogi had to deal with was fucking what's his name?
Boo Boo.
Boo Boo.
And actually, it was more that Boo Boo had to deal with
Park
Yogi.
Ranger.
Right. The park ranger. Yeah. How about the gummy bears? Remember the cartoon?
Only vaguely.
The gummy bears versus Winnie the Pooh.
I think the gummy bears would take
They had
them.
to take a certain thing to make them bouncy.
And there's something they're soulless. Those gummy bears. There's nothing
There's
behind
something
the
wrong with
eyes. There's not. Yeah, they're psycho.
Was there a Gummy Bears? Are you talking like
Cartoon.
Yeah, there was an actual
I
cartoon.
didn't see that.
Yeah, and they had to take a certain potion to make them bounce. You know, and not safe, not like
What
to
did they
fight or whatever.
What did they call the potion? Was it scissor?
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 I don't know.
I don't know.
Do you not know what
Scissor is?
that's the
It's like fucking it's cough medicine.
Yeah,
with,
cough medicine and
Kool-Aid.
and
It'll fuck
yeah.
you up.
This is like
Should've
a
shot
fucking.
somebody.
This is like an inner city type
Yeah.
drink.
Yeah,
That
so you
people
walk
get.
into a fucking gas station, you go buy a fucking thing of like NyQuil, you pour it in a cup with some ice, and then you throw fucking Kool-Aid over top
Yeah.
of it, and that's
Scissor.
Scissor. Scissor. It'll fuck your shit up. You might die from it. Literally,
Yeah.
like
Anything you mix with Cody and shit, you're fucked.
Hey, just telling you.
What's that? Jamarcus Russell. He had that famous drink with cough syrup.
Fuck, I don't know. That was probably the same thing.
No, it wasn't with Kool-Aid. I don't like. Maybe
He was,
called it
you know,
something
that
else.
fucking guy. I could care less. I fucking hate him. We just got done paying that guy like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
as soon as you have a drink that involves cough syrup, sorry, I'm out.
Yeah. I know.
I'm out.
Cashing out. Okay.
New dealer coming in.
But how would you know? Have you tried it?
No, I haven't, but I also don't want to die.
We should try it.
So
We should go
Or-
buy some and just split some between three of us.
Okay.
Drink some scissor.
I'm not drinking scissor.
Come on.
We were just talking about killing ourselves this beginning of this
Oh,
episode.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be the way to do it.
No, I'd rather.
Well,
I'd
so
rather
whatever-
like OD on
Listen.
heroin or something.
Yeah.
I'd fucking go out happy.
Yeah.
See?
You'd go out happy on scissor too, though.
Yeah, you would.
But that's only if you die.
Exactly. True.
I'm not, so there's times where if I'm sick, I don't take my fucking, my NyQuil just poured in that little cup. I crack that bitch open.
Just
Yep.
glug glug glug.
Alright, I'm going wherever I land is where I'm sleeping today.
Pour it in the cup. Just
Right. So how about this? Death match. Prime Minister of Canada,
Okay, Justin Trudeau.
okay,
hate him.
versus the Prime Minister of Australia.
I think Trudeau would take
Think so?
him or her. I saw.
I don't know the one.
I feel like I've seen the PM of Australia.
I think it would be because most of the people, if you're like from Australia, chances are you got relatives that were convicts.
Yeah.
He's a fucking old guy.
Yeah,
Trudeau.
Justin Trudeau.
Trudeau would. Trudeau.
Yeah, but
would
Trudeau's is a little punk though.
No, Trudeau's in shape though.
Yeah,
I don't know.
he's way
He
younger.
he works out. I guarantee it.
We see him walking down the street.
He's got
fucking Levi's.
He's got nice calves.
Look at that butt.
Okay?
Great
Mhm.
calves.
Look at
Great
that ass.
calves.
I call bullshit.
No, Trudeau would beat the fuck
Me
out of
would.
him.
How about what's her name? Sarah Palin from Alaska versus the governor of South Dakota.
Ooh.
Governor of South Dakota would beat the fuck out
But
of
I
her.
think, dude, that's
He's younger than Palin, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
But that's
That's the only reason
a porno I'd watch.
Yeah,
I'd watch
that's
shit out of that one.
you would. Everyone watching just hopes that it devolves
hotter?
into South Dakota. She's
I don't
younger.
know.
In their
but-
prime.
yeah, but
In their prime.
in
primes.
their prime, Sarah Palin was fucking. Her daughters are hot.
Yeah.
The one,
A little hefty.
fucking.
But
No, she's
that's okay.
she's thick.
no,
She's thick.
Oh yeah, her daughter. Yeah, she.
like a baddie.
They're both. I don't know. They're both.
They're pretty even.
Yeah.
I think I might
Rodney
go
Rodney Giuliani.
Giuliani.
Giuliani versus DeSantis.
Like in a
Like
fight.
now?
Yeah,
It's
death
like
match.
this.
We're talking death matches here.
death match.
DeSantis. Like now with DeSantis.
I think Giuliani's got the fucking mob on his side. He just
Yeah.
got a fucking hit.
DeSantis would destroy him in a fight.
Yeah, but that's what
I
I'm
don't
saying
know
is that
that
Giuliani would
DeSantis-
just fucking just call up fucking
Call up some
Bob-
old, some old New
Julie-
York.
Joey Carbone,
Fuck, man, the mob hates him. So
Well, he
he's not
took
gonna have
both of them
any
out.
friend. He's not going to have any wise guys.
Why'd you pull your
That's
shirt?
what the wise guys do.
Ah.
Like as they stand today, DeSantis would clearly win. But
Yeah.
if you go in by your primes, I don't know.
How
It
about-
probably would still be
If you had to do
DeSantis,
Trump
but
versus Biden deathmatch,
Oh,
I would-
whoop his ass.
Biden would win.
I think Trump.
Biden would be thinking that he's like at fucking Dairy Queen, dude.
Trump would think he's at a McDonald's. So like we're in the same boat here.
I watched a fucking video the other day, and I don't mean to get into politics, but I watched this fucking video the other day where Biden was talking to, what's his name from, God damn it, I think he was talking to Switzerland or Finland Prime Minister, and he was sitting there, the Prime Minister was just kind of sitting there, because every word that came out of Biden's mouth was incoherent. And I'm not trying to be mean, because the guy's got something.
I'll have to see the video.
He should never. I know he's planning on running for president again. He shouldn't do it because his mental health is not there.
I'll put his mental health over Trump's any day of the week.
No, you just hate Trump.
I do, but I also think
But this guy's fucking when you're sitting there talking to a world leader and you can't fucking understand a goddamn word. Come on now. I'll see if I can find a video. I really will.
I haven't seen it, so I would like to see it. But
All right.
By the way, not to be too political either, have you seen Robert Kennedy with his shirt off? He's fucking jacked.
He's jacked
This dude
for, like,
fucking,
his age.
He will kill any
I haven't
politician.
seen that.
for his age, he's a fucking weirdo, though. That guy.
One thing I do want to set out there, I know we're getting closer to the end, is that we're setting up Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
Patreon.com/drunksvs the world altogether.com. So it's Drunks versus the World. Just search us on Patreon. We're gonna start. Actually, we're gonna record something tonight for Patreon.
Yeah,
Coming soon.
Coming soon to a Patreon near you.
we're on step 2 of our 3-part plan.
Mm-hmm.
Next up is OnlyFans. So
There you go.
Right. Yeah.
get your dicks in shape, boys.
I thought it was hairy butthole.
Oh,
that's
buttholes.
yours.
Yeah, get your buttholes in shape.
Yeah.
Mine's always shaved. Wait,
Is it?
was that all loud? I didn't want you guys to know. I
Wait.
bleach it too.
Yeah, we knew. We knew.
I bleach my butthole.
Really? That's
with
with bleach? Jesus.
Bleach?
it burns a little bit, but I'm all right.
Thought you were using that codeine again.
A little bit of scissor
Do
on
that
my
with anything.
butthole.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, gentlemen, like I said, we're going to be on patreon.com/drunks versus the world. Make sure to check us out there. Hit us up. We're going to have some exclusive content. Maybe a couple comedy skits on there. You never know. We'll just throw it out there for you. Justin, do you have anything that you would like our listener to hear?
Sorry about last week if I offended anybody or did anything stupid.
You were fine.
Don't hold me responsible.
And Lucas, why don't you go ahead and take us out?
No.